When life throws you a curveball, how are you going to handle adversity? Welcome to the Fearless Mindset Podcast, where you're about to go on a journey as I interview security, business, and entertainment leaders on what it takes to stay fearless. I'm your host, Mark Ludlow, and enjoy today's episode.
Well, that's great advice, Miranda. In the state side, there's a lot of guys like the sexy EP, school shooting, hooks. 90% of the stuff you'll never use in the film. Hate to say it. It's fun. I like it. I'm a Marine. I like that stuff. But what does the client really need? They're going to need you to know medical stuff over taking a gun out. And all the cases in the EP industry in the history of EP in the U.S., I don't maybe know any case of a gun you use. I just hear more cases of medical allergies to certain medical reactions or whatever. But medical is more used than, the tool of the weapon. I'm just being brutally honest.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that, Miranda?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, it's great if you know how to protect yourself with all kinds of weapons. I don't say that's wrong at all. One day you might need it. But oftentimes when you are with a client, they don't want you to carry any weapons. And especially not when you're traveling. A lot of countries don't accept you to come in with any weapons. So, I think just practical martial arts skills would be great, but especially personal skills, social skills, and are you good in planning? Do you understand? What if your GPS is not working on your phone also? Do you understand how it works in a country, where to go to, who to ask? So
read a map.
Oh,
you have your phone. Your phone goes down and the GPS doesn't work because you're out of cell phone range and the towers aren't working because you're in a third world country. Then what do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have the language.
With the desert, right?
In the desert.
Well, there is no reception. So what do you do? Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to work for a high net worth family, and these families travel globally all the time because they can.
Yeah.
These are things you have to deal with.
Yeah. And then oftentimes, does your phone cover all the other countries? If you travel, do you have an international phone, or do you have an international phone, but do you have to buy extra packages for certain countries? So there are so many things you have to keep into account. It's not just sitting at a door waiting for that person to move and walk behind them, or just look around. And also look around. Do you understand really what's going on in that city? Even people from big cities who all of a sudden move to small countries, small cities or villages, or the other way around. That already is sometimes a culture shock. They have no idea how those people behave, what is normal, what is abnormal. So how do you detect the area? How do you make your plan? Do a good advance? Oh, there are like 100 million things I can talk about. So it's that's why I said just go there when you're ready. Just ask, and that's why I have a lot of coaching going on actually, and that's my confidential service also. So I never tell about anyone who is, coming to me, and I don't want them to tell it either unless they really want to. Of course, that's great if they have a great experience and are not embarrassed that they needed help, because I don't think it's anything to be embarrassed about. People don't dare to ask anymore because on the internet and social media, people pretend to be all that and all know-it-alls, but, nobody knows it all. Not me either. That's why I try to stay away from that. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to search for it and I tell you.
There you go. The big thing with, I think, the industry, just if we are in the security industry, related industry, the non-disclosure agreement is so critical because if you start blasting out on your platforms who you're working with or taking pictures and selfies of client stuff with other clients, you're going to get scrubbed before that client. Because usually what happens is the client is looking for somebody and they're already looking at your social media before they even talk to you.
Yeah, I never have understood that. Why on earth would you take a picture with your client for yourself? Fine, but why would you post it on social media? What attention do you need? I mean, is it the work or do you want to become a celebrity yourself? You know, I don't get that. And I would never, ever hire anyone who made t-shirts with their clients and posted it on social media.
Yeah, John made a big deal about that. I just had him from Florida on. He said that just makes him sick. He sees that all the time with these young guys. The videos, they're trying to be Instagram famous with videos with, the yacht pictures or whatever. And it's like, it just makes him sick. Because back in the day, we didn't have social media when we started this. We didn't have all this stuff when I started. It's just, there was nothing out there. And now everybody, it's like, do you want to be Instagram famous or do you want to keep your job and make a living?
Yeah, but not even only with clients, also the pictures with, what is it, ARs or machine guns or whatever. I'm like, really?
That's a big turnoff.
Yeah.
Why do you have an AR as something you would never use with the client in the States? It's probably illegal in some states to even have that. But you can put that on your LinkedIn or your Instagram post with the client. That's totally illegal. Most states won't even allow you. California is a felony. And then you're putting that out there. The client sees that. Maybe if that client is looking at you as a corporation that has an anti-gun policy, you just lost your job. They just scrummed you.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
It's crazy. It's just like these young, I see young and old doing it. And, Facebook is the Facebook, the gun range guys, shooting how many targets they can shoot, but the client really doesn't care about it.
And another thing that I really always recommend not doing is posting your certificates and everything with your name and everything on it, or your ticket with all your information in it, or your passport on social media. I mean, if you have a really close platform with only your friends and a few people that you trust and you're traveling all the time and that's a thing between you guys, fine. But don't put it on public. The
bad guys are looking, right?
Yeah. And I understand this, I'm proud of you for doing it and getting that diploma or that degree. I mean, it's amazing. I'm not against schooling or education at all. I think it's super important, but it's more important who your personality is to me and, what you're capable of. So yeah, just don't do it.
So those are the things that you would recommend that people in the States not do. Is that a U.S. thing or is that the global thing that all these agents are doing? More all over?
All over. Yeah. I see it everywhere. Yeah.
I see they were not just state agents, but okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
What platform, Miranda, is the most used platform for professionals that you see that's most effective to get your name out there as far as looking for? Is it LinkedIn, you think? Or
I think LinkedIn. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you make a professional Facebook page, for instance, or Instagram. Oh my God. Instagram is booming still.
Is it? I did not know that.
So if you have a personal page, of course, it will. But if you want to make a professional page solely to your profession, then I think still LinkedIn is the best, or Facebook, just solely profession. If you want to mix it in, then I would be really careful with what you post and at least what you post publicly.
And I got to ask you this. I talked to my podcast team and they told me that the two most searched platforms for looking stuff up is no longer Google. It is now Instagram and TikTok. What's your thoughts on TikTok? Because you're analyst and all that. Can you use TikTok, you think, for marketing? Or?
I'm not using it because of the threats coming from it and all that. But to be honest, all the apps, because nobody looks at all of the you have to read the clauses. How do you call them?
Disclosures.
The disclosures. They all say that they can take even your pictures, but not only from yourself, but also from other people that you took, your location, where you were. They can listen in to what you're talking about. That's why you get all the ads. All of a sudden you talk about a bicycle, and then all of a sudden you have ads about bicycles.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. So But yeah, that's what they do. I see it a lot also with people. They say they came to me and they said, all of a sudden, my picture was used in, for instance, China or in the US in an ad, and I was like, well, probably you used one of those apps, because they say, and especially those apps where you use where you can change a picture of smooth your skin, or I don't know, or take people out of the picture. But anyways, those apps, when you accept them, they can use your pictures. I have a whole training actually about online behavior, because of all that that is happening in the world. Even, Wi-Fi networks, how to use it, what not to do, what to do, what happened, with people. So
what is I know this. I learned this. You need, when you're traveling on the road at hotels, always use a VPN number that flows to your ISP.
Yeah.
Can you give us any tips for the audience for security, or if you're traveling on the road using Wi-Fi? What do you recommend?
I always say don't use public Wi-Fi. A lot of people do that, especially now everywhere it is, of course. Coffee shops, hotels, malls, they all have public Wi-Fi. So I would personally not use it. So have a VPN on your phone, and then they don't know where you are or who you are, at least not that easily. So use VPN. Absolutely. Put it on your computer, put it on your laptop, put it on your phone, iPad, whatever. Yeah.
The VPN, basically what it does, what flows your ISP to use other ISP numbers around the world. That way the hackers keep finding you.
Exactly. It uses different servers. Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's hard to hack your information or whatever that is.
Yeah, well, nothing is impossible, but you make it way harder. And if you really have nothing to hide, let's say if you're not like a VIP person, then you're not immediately a target. But yeah, if you are wealthy, or if you are a target for, I don't know, trafficking, for instance, or if you are working with a VIP client and they want to have more information, then you can become a target too.
Yep. Anybody's vulnerable when it comes to this stuff, especially the technology stuff, social media.
Eventually, yes. Sadly, there are people that like to have information and use it against you. Yeah.
Especially the dark web, very dangerous place.
Yeah, I would not go on there unless you really need it for your work, or because everyone who's going on the dark web is registered. I mean, they all know who's going on there. So eventually, of course, when you use VPN and there are certain restrictions, I'm not an IT whiz kid, so I cannot tell you how all the bits and bytes work. But I know it's not a good place to be. I mean, if you need weapons and fake passports, and if you need sex somewhere in the world, you can go on there. And there are even hitmen on there if you need one. But I would not recommend it, because oftentimes they are, somehow being traced. I mean, the systems from law enforcement, police all over the world, they are getting better, so thankfully. But yeah, they're not there yet. So if you're a fall victim to it, it's really hard for them to trace who that person was.
So the dark web, you have to have like an access code or something to get in there. I know nothing about that. I heard about it through the movies, but it sounds like the police agencies are getting better at monitoring it, probably. I'm guessing like the NSA and the CIA, they're probably monitoring that stuff all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a different world.
It's a different world. I'm not on there. So
you're not on there. Miranda 9911 on dark web, look her up. You need it. She hadn't got her something. She go, yeah.
No.
So I'm just kidding, folks. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Wow. We covered a lot of territory on the podcast with Miranda today. We from her 19 years old, being human trafficked herself, and just exploded in her journey in life. And now she's back in the world working with C-suite CEOs and training and and a globetrotter now, running her own firm now. She's running her own company. And, she's come into her own. And do you like being your own business owner, Miranda? Does that kind of bring happiness to you?
Yes, actually. Yeah. Well, not so much. I mean, I would love to work for or with another company. It's not so much the company, it's more the work that I do. So, and I just like to, build something and make things better. Here, of course, I can do that. And but I wouldn't mind. Of course, it's great that I have my own brand, but I wouldn't mind if it would be another brand. I mean, as long as I can do what I want to do, then I'm good. But yeah, I love my work.
Good. You're passionate about it. And that's why what they say, when you're passionate about something you love to do, it's not work anymore. It's just it's part of
That's the word. Trust me.
It's still work. You put a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Are you putting a long hour, like 12-hour days sometimes on everything you're doing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes 24-hour days. I mean, depending on where I'm going and what the assignment is. Because like I said, I do so many different things, right? One time it's consulting, the other time it's in the field, and the other time it's training. And I like the variation, I have to say.
It stimulates you, it motivates you, and it invigorates you.
I'm not a person that needs to do just one thing constantly.
And I think that's a little tip for the audience listening. You need to become better at many things, like not just become an EP agent, a field bodyguard, but find out what other strengths you have in your personality. Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's behavior analyst, like what Miranda is. But find out what those skill sets are and build those. Build those on, in addition to being retired law enforcement. Maybe you're good at marketing. Maybe you're good at IT. Maybe you're a good analyst. Maybe you like data. Maybe you like numbers. I hate numbers.
Me too. Yeah, I have an accountant for that.
Me too. I hired a Mark Bees is really good at Google Sheets. Michelle really good at Google Sheets. They both love numbers. They look the right. They're like, well, you guys could have that because I suck at that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But any parting words, Miranda, that you'd like to share with the audience? Like any words of wisdom, any gold nuggets before we wrap this up? Because I don't want to take all of your day.
Well, for me, everyone always knows. I always say, just please be kind to each other. You don't know what another person is going through, and especially in this world nowadays, it's so easy to put people down. And also, when you're up, just put your hand down and help other people up. I think, we can make this world a better place if we all work together. But yeah, that's all I need to say. I just, even if people are not nice to you, and I'm religious, I just pray for those people. I really just hope that whatever they are dealing with and whatever made them that way will eventually go and they become good people. I don't think we are born evil, so we become evil to what we are going to, and so that's my word of, I don't know if it's wisdom actually, but that's always what I want to give to people. Yeah.
Where can people find you, Miranda?
Well, I'm on everywhere almost. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I have a website, MC Global Security. So yeah, almost everywhere you can find me. And otherwise, there are always a lot of people knowing me, so you can find me through them.
Yeah, go to LinkedIn, probably the most quickest way to get a hold of Miranda.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry. Yeah, next week I will be in London. No, not next week. The 26th, I will be in London speaking at a executive security and CP technology conference. So if anyone is going to that conference, I will be there.
A shout out to Phylum over there and the CTG crew.
Yes.
For what they do. I've been on this show many, many times. Shout out to what he's doing for the industry and just elevating everybody. Miranda will be there speaking on the panel, so check that out. For anyone, folks, listen to this. Go over there, support her, take her out for a steak dinner, and help each other out in new business, or not take dinner, but maybe a sandwich.
That's fun.
Have some fun. Enjoy each other's company out there. I was supposed to be out there, but I have some other business commitments I have to take care of. But yeah, just follow up Miranda on her socials and all that. Support her. And also, this will be posted on YouTube and all the podcast platforms that are The Fearless Mindset, or look at Mark Ludlow. And on Apple, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. Just you like it, you hated the talk, you think we're all a bunch of liars or whatever, and whatever. Just give us comments, and we're here to impact, influence, and inspire our audience, and just give you guys gold nuggets of how to thrive and survive in 2023. So thanks for tuning in, folks, and we'll be splicing this up. People have a short attention span these days, so we do about 30-minute episodes. So we'll be releasing this probably. This is a long one, so this will be 4 or 5 episodes, and so just tune in. I'll make an announcement when we drop this for Miranda, and she'll share this on her platform too. So thanks for tuning in and support the show, and we'll see you on the next episode.